Brent Wedding,
Here.
Joe Mullinex,
Here.
Dave Moon,
Here.
Mike Wilson.
Present. I make a motion that we dispense with the reading and approving of, or dispense with the reading of the previous month's minutes and approve them as submitted.
I second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
All right. We're going to do something real quick. We need to have an election of a chairperson and a vice chair. The previous chairperson, Scott Wilson, is no longer on the board, so we need to have an election to appoint a new chairperson and a new vice chair. Any nominations?
I can nominate Joe Mullinex for chair.
I'll second that.
Okay. I take it to a...
Any other nominations? I don't think so. All right, let's take it to a vote.
Joe Mullinex,
Yes?
Dave Moon,
Yes.
Mike Wilson,
Yes.
Brent Wedding.
Yes.
Thank you, Joe.
Now we have a device.
What's that?
We've got to appoint the vice.
Yes.
So,
I'm currently the vice, but we need to have
nominate.
an election for a vice chair.
I'm nominating you, Brett. We'll go.
All right.
I second.
All right, I make a motion that we take it to a vote.
Second.
Roll call.
Sorry. Joe Mullinex,
Yes.
Dave Moon,
Yes.
Mike Wilson,
Yes.
Brent Wedding.
Yes.
All right. So we have old business, the exception for the fence variance for, this is for the solar farm? All right, this was left off of the,
I overlooked this parcel.
that one parcel?
Yeah,
up
just
there?
the one parcel. But it was in the newspaper article and the adjacent letters.
Yeah, it was just over, you're already aware of all this?
Yes.
All right, take it to a vote?
Do we have to make a motion to put it in?
Well,
We should, yeah.
All right. So I make a motion that we accept the omitted parcel and make it a part of the original variance that we voted on last month.
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right. Now, this vote here will be to actually
Actually do it.
do it. So yes would be yes and no would be no, okay?
To do the whole proposal?
To actually include it. We've
Oh, I see.
included it into
Okay.
the,
All right.
now this will be to include it,
I see,
okay?
okay.
Roll call.
Thank you.
Joe Mullinex,
Yes.
Dave Moon,
Yes.
Mike Wilson,
Yes.
Brent Wedding.
Yes.
All right. Now we have a setback variance in new business, a setback variance for 476 Adams Street.
Yes.
Okay, so you want to come talk to us about the setback you're looking at, sir? Want to get back up on the board,
It's right there.
but it's not there.
Sam, computer.
There it is. I saw it.
Takes a second.
Okay, so as we discussed earlier, okay, in fact, you were here, sir, as well. On Smith Street here, we were wanting to put, as you can see, there's concrete right here, a little bit of grass. But what I was looking for is getting as much room as I can from the sidewalk, okay? And we have a fence that runs here, and if I'd have to put the fence all the way out, that's fine as well. But I was wondering the setbacks from this property here back to as close as I could get to building the storage unit, as opposed to down here on the sidewalk. I was told 18 inches here. I believe it's 5 foot here. But I just wanted to clarify.
Okay, your fence
Yes, sir.
is what you're talking 18 inches from the sidewalk? Or are you talking the building itself?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
The building itself has to be 5 feet from the property
Okay,
line.
so I might be backwards. Okay, yes, sir. I very well could have been backwards. So 5 feet from the sidewalk, 18 inches from the fence.
Now, no, because if you're going to keep that as a separate property and it's going to stay a house, are you going to combine these lots?
In time, all this,
Will be combined into one?
yes, when the residents move out, okay?
Yes.
As mentioned, when these residents move out, I would build on more storage units.
That's fine.
And make this, that's why I was trying to get the whole thing zoned as opposed to just partial.
But as long as these are separate parcels,
Uh-huh,
you have to go by the setback variances for each parcel.
okay.
So that would be 5 feet from that house,
5
from
feet.
that property line
From that okay. From
to your storage unit.
Gotcha,
And
5
5 feet from the trailer property line to your storage unit.
over here.
Actually, no, that would be,
See, yeah, see, and.
no, that one's not 5 feet. The backyard is, the backyard is 20 feet.
23?
20.
Front yard is 10 feet
Okay,
from this,
so back here is
from
20.
the street to the front, from the street to the alley. Okay, your main entrance is going to be on Smith Street, correct?
Correct, right here.
All right, so that would be your front yard, your front area. That must be 15 feet.
Okay.
The, no, it was 10 feet. I gotta look at,
I was gonna say, I think you're throwing out some numbers there.
what are those numbers again? I just sent them to you.
I know. I think I might have left them upstairs. Unless I put them in here.
We just changed this last year and then it never got updated, so.
It's okay.
Haley said 10 and 20 this morning.
Okay,
Yeah,
the paper
10
that I
in
showed
front,
you?
20 and 5 on each side. Okay.
Yeah,
So from Smith Street back to your beginning of your,
Smith Street to here,
From your property line.
right?
from your property line
Yep.
will be 10 feet.
Okay.
Side to side,
So we're looking here, side to
Yes.
side?
5 feet on each side.
Okay,
And the rear would be 20.
okay. From that property line?
Yes.
And if I made this all in one partial?
Then that 20 would go back to the other house back there.
Right there.
Yes.
And five would be alley to Adams.
If I get permission from this resident, can I move this? Would I have to come in and move this back, or would I get permission? Like, if I wanted to, he doesn't use, that's 2 lots there.
Do you currently own that lot?
You own that
And
lot.
I own them both, okay? So if I say, look, DJ, I wanna move this fence back towards your property, you don't use it anyway, it sits there, okay? Would I still be able to get it from 10 foot, or, yes? No? Maybe?
Technically, no.
No, technically,
Until you combine those properties.
yeah, I get you. I went through this before a few years back.
Yeah.
And I believe that's what I remembered before as well. I was just
Yes.
stating if I had a notarized from this
But see-
from this resident.
The resident has nothing to do with it.
I know, it's mine.
It's the property owner. So you'd be
So I wanna
notarizing
do
the
it. There you go.
statement to yourself.
I'll just do it myself. Yeah, I see.
But you see where you could run into a stumbling
Yeah,
block
oh, yeah, I
along
get
those
it.
lines there.
I get it, yep.
And you're trying to do this on the up and up, which is the
And
smartest thing
that's right.
to do.
Yeah, because in the future, I want it, yeah, all enough.
Right.
I get you.
Yeah.
Okay, that answers all my questions. Thanks, Bill.
So there was really nothing to vote here on this one.
Nope, there
for
isn't.
the- for
No,
this one.
really, there's nothing. I wanted to find out what the legal
Fair enough.
setbacks were on that, so I wasn't making any mistakes from the beginning.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
Might I ask why he wouldn't want to consolidate lots now?
You see, he still has those people
Well-
living there and all
Well,
that.
What's that gotta do?
I think that's and that's another, I guess that is a question. If I was going to consolidate would those still be grandfathered in and I could keep those residents in there? In the house?
Why not?
And the trailers?
Why not?
Well, yeah.
Then I could consolidate them all.
It'd save you on taxes, too.
And it would save me on taxes too? Okay. Can we vote on that?
No, that's not us.
It's not a variance. Yeah.
You know, hey, always asking.
You go to the assessor's office and talk to them.
Yeah.
Back to a new newspaper ad with all the lot numbers and so forth, the parcel numbers, because it's a separate entity. But when you take and vacate lots in the subdivision or the plot, the planning commission does that at the Board of Appeals. And it only has to go to the planning commission, doesn't have to go to council.
Okay.
There's an ordinance up at City Hall on vacation, on personal vacation on lots.
Okay.
And once the planning commission does it, they notarize it, we carry it over to the courthouse, you pay for getting it
That's
notarized.
done deal.
It's not a hard process, it's just strange because we don't do it that often.
That's not a problem. Okay. Okay. Thank you. That's great heads up there. All right. Appreciate it, everyone.
All right.
So thanks for that.
Street setback variance for 181 and 185 West Second. Who's got that one?
That's me.
We own 181 West 7th Street, and the house is look too nice outside, it wasn't too bad inside, we redid it, well, but we acquired 185 last year tax. So we want to combine 181 and 185, so I thought to Haley, we had to go through certain routines here before we get too far down the road. When we combine 181 and 185, we want to subdivide it then facing Fremont into lots. We're starting, I was a custom home builder, you can see my literature. I was a custom home builder for 30 years, we're going to start building houses again later this summer, instead of renovating, we've been selling a little block. We're getting to be a difficult market to be in right now. No. So we want to sit down and put new homes on each Fremont side street. So we'd like to either divide it into 3 lots, which would be a 44 by 66, or to 2 lots, and my mother wants us to divide it into 2 lots and put 2 houses on, so we can put a garage on it. You can't do it with 44. So it would either be a 66 by 66 or a 44 by 66. The setbacks is what we need, is the front setback, Haley said it was 10, and the back was 20. And what we need is a 16-foot setback on the back. We can put just about any house on there. That house that you're looking at there that I put there, that house would fit with a 16-foot setback on the rear.
These are prefab homes,
No. They're all custom made.
so why can't you cut down the
Front
house?
yard. Front yard.
Well, the house itself, when you go to the actual plan, we're actually making the house a little bit bigger. Because right now, that house is 15 by 37 and a half, which is sort of stupid. You might as well make it 16 by 40 because that's your optimum use of materials. Okay, so you make the house a little bit bigger, and that's where it comes into the thing that, at that point, we'd have 40, and 10 would be 50, and we only got 16 foot left.
But you've got 14 here.
Well, I drew it up because she didn't know what the setbacks were.
Right.
We would scoot it up to 10,
Okay.
see, and then the back would be at 16. So we're just asking for a 16-foot setback. While I'm here,
Ideas,
we also
either do this thing,
talked to Don Kunkel.
combine them.
Here's another plan. We got several plans we're looking at. We're not firm in the ground here. This one here would also require a 16-foot setback. I have one plan that doesn't require any setback to this, or it would already have 20 foot. So we're looking at different houses that will fit in the age of the town, and but 66-foot deep lots are sort of hard. Now, we could go the other way with a 33 by 132,
20 in
but
front
then
and 10 in front.
That's what they're doing at Logansport, but then you got a house, they're crammed right on top of each other with the backyard, and then they're putting the garages all the way back to the alley, because you can't put a garage attached to the house when your lots are, 132 foot deep. So
Same thing.
we're just trying to work out the best of all opportunities to put new houses up.
So just out of curiosity, this one's 1238 square foot, probably a little bit more of a yard, a garage. This one, 1,000 square foot, probably less yard, no garage. You're saying 99,000 for this
No,
one?
that's a rough one, yeah.
Yeah, what would you sell these for?
That one is about
Okay.
89, I think. I have to run that through the.
I'm just curious.
I got it. Here's what it looks like when you go to a two-unit thing with a plot plan. Something like that one there, what you would do is reverse the houses so the garages would be at opposite ends. But then that gives you more spaces between the houses, quite honestly. You have 36 foot between the houses. This one here, with that plan there, you'd have, 28 foot between the houses, which is, pretty good yard space in Peru, because a lot of houses are only,
Yeah.
I mean, I could build with the long lot like I have right now, and the houses were only 4 foot apart. So to me, it seems sort of stupid when you can actually improve it.
Okay, but here you get a porch on the front, right?
Mhm.
If you cut down that porch a little bit, you wouldn't have to have a variance to get this house to fit the lot.
Well, you'd have to take the porch down to 4 foot. You wouldn't want to take it down to 4, Joe. You take it down to 6.
What I'm saying is,
I know what you're saying.
we're setting a precedence on variances here.
I understand, because there's other lots that we're looking at that would be the similar.
Exactly.
And when I drive around town, I look at one over on 8th Street and Tippecanoe Street, and he's only 5 foot from the property line, a brand-new house, so.
We changed these because of the blighted
I understand.
and all that, so we changed them to make it as user-friendly as humanly possible.
I understand, and if you have an existing footprint, you can go back to the original footprint, I was told.
Yes, you can.
So I'm just trying to, I don't want to do the original footprint, because you're back in the same thing, you got a house crammed right on top of a house.
If you're doing this, if you're breaking up this lot, you can't go to the original footprint because you're completely
Right.
redoing everything.
I understand.
So, I'm more of the, we have an opportunity to not start setting precedents to start moving variances when it's just as easy to just change the house configuration a little bit. So all these lots don't start going, well, we just want a variance too. See where I'm going with that?
I know where you're going, but when you look at this here, you say shorten it up. Well, some of these things, a lot of new houses, I would like to have the bedrooms a little bit bigger, and a lot of these bedrooms anymore are like 9'9" by 9'9". So, if you take 2 foot off of a house, you're down to,
You can also make the house.
you're down to,
But you
you know what I'm
put,
saying?
yeah,
You only can squeeze so much.
of course, your setback only has to be 5 feet here and 5 feet here.
Yeah.
You can go wider too.
Let's not go wider, but the house, you could position the house in that position. That's what I'm saying. I know what you're saying. I'm not arguing with you.
No,
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
not arguing with you. I'm just trying to.
So may I ask, did you look at existing requirements, the setbacks, to see what your buildable area is?
Well,
And
that's-
therefore look at your footprint
Yes,
in that buildable
yes,
area?
That's what I'm saying with most of the
Okay.
houses, you'd have to have, on a lot like that, if you take 30 foot off, you only can have a 36-foot deep house. That's it. So you're
What it is.
definitely going 2-story
Yeah.
at that point. Well, I guess
So these
you
are-
could go to a ranch, but then it'd just be a long house, and you're occupying the whole piece of green, you don't have any greenery left then. So I'm just trying to maximize property value and improve our property values.
Right.
You know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
We're looking at the next city thing about buying some blighted lots because, we tore down a lot of houses.
Which is gonna be a whole nother new experience because those lots are fairly narrow.
I've got some plans that go down to 14-foot wide, that'll fit a 33-foot wide. Actually, a 33-foot wide, you can go down to 10, you can go down to 23 foot technically with 5 foot, but I'm not comfortable with 5 foot because,
I understand that.
but that's what they're building.
I know.
I'm not comfortable with it. They got a lot of plans out here at 20 foot and
Sure.
22 foot.
That's why we changed the setback so you.
Try and make it
maximize as much
easy.
as possible.
Huh? So,
Yeah, because we just
came up with
adjusted the
these.
setbacks, and now we're going to have to adjust them again.
I was just asking for a variance, that's it.
Just 3 to the woods?
Because we're looking at another one. The city's
But to
gonna
what
put
he's
up another
saying is
option
if
down
we
there,
do it for
saying
these
that's
lots, then we have to
66
do
foot
it for the next lots and the next lots and the next lots.
Someone will use that as a precedent for, hey, let him do it, huh?
Or they've rented to other places, I mean, I say.
The purpose of the setbacks is for quality of life in general, and for the quality of the town.
And on this particular example here, which everybody knows where Second and Fremont is, like I said, I can put a house up, and I can be 5 foot away from her. I do with this with a 16-foot setback, I'm 16 foot away from her. I'm actually further away from her by dividing, turning the lots around and dividing it. She'll have a house, her husband died a couple of years ago, but she'll have a house actually further away from her than if I don't divide the property and build on the original footprint right on top of it. And then you'll be looking at your window at the other window. So
All right, so you currently have
actually
this at
gaining-
14 feet, right?
Well, it
Is that,
can, I didn't know.
right,
I
but,
just centered it in the whole.
but move it to 10,
Move it to 10.
so that gives you 18. On your math, you have 14 here, 14 here. If you move this to 10,
Right.
that gives you an extra 4 feet back here.
Yeah, okay,
So-
so you take 30 off from this plan here is 40 foot, right? I drew it.
No, but I'm saying that gives you 18.
Gives you 16. Because you
Now,
got
you're
30 from.
taking 4 off of this for 10 foot.
But you
You move
don't
this
need
up.
10 foot in the
Right.
side yard.
Right.
No, this is,
No,
this
okay.
is the front.
This would become the
Okay,
front.
and you put.
Oh, I-
Fremont is now, so you take 4 foot off of this, which is your 10 foot, now that's 18 feet
Yeah, I
back.
understand what you're saying, but this might have been the, how wide does it say that right here?
16.
16, was it say here, 40?
This is
16,
14.
Right here, how long's the house? What?
40.
40, okay. I might have some math there to start with then, huh? 40? It's 68, no, so it'd be off. This is 68, and it only can be 66. So that wouldn't be 14, it'd be 13 and 13 if I centered it. See what I'm saying? I just put a dot in the center and went.
That's even more than,
Huh?
that's looking for even more of a variance.
Yeah, so, no, so if you move it forward up here, it still comes back to 60.
What is the width of the lot? Is it 66? Is that number
It's 33
correct?
by 132, 33 by 132. So that's 66 by 132. So you can either divide it into 3 lots, which would be 44 by 66, and put 3 houses on, because right across the street over there, they got 4 houses on Fremont Street and 132 feet. Over there, they're 33 by 66, 33 by 66, 33 by 66, and to me, you look out your window and right there's your neighbor. And I
Right,
don't-
I'm just trying to figure out correct, because the math is wrong.
Yeah,
The measurements are
this
wrong,
would be
so that's what I'm
13,
trying to figure
13 and
out.
13 here.
Well, I'm just wondering, can't you reduce your side yard dimensions to the minimum? I think that just gives you a bigger footprint, and revise your floor plan based on what your buildable area is.
But I can't turn the house sideways.
Your entrance is off of Fremont, right?
Yeah. Interest off.
So if you take a building like this and stick it here, but just make it wider,
Well,
not
then,
longer.
yeah, I can draw anything, sir. I mean, can I not, Dave? You know, he's no, I can draw anything, but I'm trying to work with established plans this time just because, I mean, yeah, I can make one fit, but I'm trying to work with a plan that gives you a
Well,
footprint that's reasonable with rooms that you can live with has
This
street
this
appeal.
one is 9 by 6.5
Yeah.
for a bedroom.
No,
That's,
no,
I think that's what it says, 9 by 6.5.
9 by 10.
Okay,
9 by 10. See, that's getting pretty small.
yeah, it is. It is. Well, I see 9.6.
9.6, okay.
Should be 9.6, okay.
Okay, 9.6, yeah. And that's nothing unusual. If you look at, like that
still
Waste Journey
small.
building in Kokomo, they have a lot of rooms that's 9 by 9 now, which to me is like,
Are you building these homes yourself, or are you hiring contractors to do them?
I'll do part of it myself. Of course, everybody has some contractors, so. I custom built homes in.
I mean, we
2008.
certainly need homes in that area, obviously, and it needs to be cleaned up, so we want to help, but we just have to be careful the variances that we start giving, because then we're gonna have contractors here every month wanting more and more and
I
more.
understand, I understand. Well, that's not you, you're not talking.
No, we don't have nameplates.
But our side yard is 3 feet or 5 feet?
Five.
Five.
Five on the
We got plenty of
sides,
side yard.
10 in the front, and
Yeah,
20 in the back.
I thought there were some 3-foot conditions.
Originally,
Houses, 3.
originally houses that were built here were 3 feet.
I see, okay.
3 foot for garages.
Then they went out and expanded it. They
So
changed the ordinance
five is-
to 10 feet.
Yeah,
And now we brought it back to 5 feet,
right.
because 10 feet was way ridiculous.
And it's hard in Peru.
Yeah.
Yes, well, we're an older town, and it was laid out differently.
So you're wanting
I'm
is to stick to 10 on the front?
I just want, I can go within 16 foot of a property line in the rear is all I'm asking.
It's asking for a 4-foot variance on the rear.
That's all. Which is.
What's behind here?
Huh?
What, is it an alley? I'm
No, there's
trying to
a house right
remember.
here.
Okay,
Because the lot
Wait a
actually,
minute.
the lots actually go like
Sam,
this right.
computer.
yeah.
Yeah, turn it up here, I'll show you.
I went down and looked, I'm just trying to
Yeah.
remember, because there was,
Yeah, that other house is right there.
Yeah, this is the house we're going to tear down, right here. And then, this is next door, and she has this vacant lot. See how close we're right now? We'd actually be about over to here. We'd be further from her house, dividing it the other way than we are right now. Or if we tore it down and built in the same thing, we would be, we'd be right on top of her house, and this would be right on top of that house. And then you'd have your garage open. That's what they're doing at Logan. They're putting the garages at Logansport. We just go over there today. And they got a house. They're about this far apart, maybe 6 foot apart over there. And then they don't put a garage up here because you take the whole backyard, so they put a garage back here, unattached. That's what they're doing with their blight properties.
I think
They got
my,
a sidewalk going through the yards, probably 30 foot wide.
I think my point was that if you look at your buildable area, you can get a footprint of 1,200 square feet, if I'm calculating right. If you got 66 feet, you take away 30, that's 36. You got 44, you take away 10, that's 34. 34 by 36, you got 1,200 feet. That's a decent amount of footprint. This whole living area is 1,238, and that's 2 stories. So I think you have enough room. You're saying a standard house. I think rather than change the code and, make a new sort of,
Precedent.
pioneering precedent, I'm sure you can adjust this. You might even come up with better rooms, better bedroom. I mean, I bet you that's more marketable. I bet you it's more
You
marketable.
spread it one way, but then it doesn't, if you're putting bedrooms back to back upstairs, just because you make it wider, that doesn't make the bedrooms, that'll make the bedrooms narrower this way, see what I'm saying? Because you have to get the bath in there up there too. So, no, yeah, it makes the bedrooms longer, it might make it, what that would do is make the bedroom 8 by 12 instead of 9 by 10 by 10. I mean, yeah, I can do it, but you can do anything.
Okay.
I'm not saying anything's
Yeah,
impossible,
I
but you're making
understand,
the house
yeah.
wider.
Yeah.
So you're,
Fair enough.
what you're doing is you're ruining the image of an old house, because old houses weren't wide, they were narrow and a little bit deeper.
Okay. Well, some were square. Well,
Yeah, some were square.
And so.
Or if you go down to New Orleans, yesterday, got shotgun houses. You go
Nah,
there, you open the front door and there's the back door.
Okay,
Anyway,
all
that's
right.
anybody else? Any questions from the board?
Yeah.
Wayne, just a quick question. The setback that you're wanting, I'm assuming that it's 16 feet from the
16
patio?
foot, yeah.
From the patio?
16 foot to,
Okay.
Now, they say decks, now, okay, let's clarify this here. If you put the house up, it has a deck, I'm told the deck can go to a property line. Well, we're 3 foot off the property line. If it's cement, it can go to a property line, right, Bill? We got that in our problem down where we live right now, is I put a wood deck in, I had to cut it back 3 foot. If I would pour concrete, I could've went to the property line. I said, what's the difference? I mean, one's concrete, one's wood, but I guess that's the way the rule works. So basically, if you had a deck on the rear of any house, you can go within 3 foot of a property line. If it's
Well, but that's why I'm asking, you have it as part of the plan of there being a patio, so are
Well,
you
that's not a
talking?
patio technically. It is
Well,
a
that's what it
patio,
says.
but it's a bedroom above it. It doesn't stick beyond the end of the house.
Okay,
And the same way at the front porch here, on this particular plan, that
Uh-huh.
porch is underneath the bedroom.
I got
The
you.
house itself is perfectly
Okay,
square.
I got you.
On that plan.
It's this is where the bedroom would end. It's
Yep.
at that railing
Yeah,
above it.
yeah,
Okay.
nothing juts beyond on this plan here.
I got you. I just wanted to clarify.
No, I
'cause-
understand.
Yeah.
That's why That's why I said when I looked at that, well, 15 sort of stupid, because plywood comes in 4-foot widths.
Right.
Why cut off a foot all the way down for 37 foot and throw it away?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know well as I do, the cost of that's almost nil.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
You
Okay.
know,
All
So
right.
so that's why I'm asking for the 4-foot variance.
Any questions?
Back to the drawing board for me.
So are we,
Well, if there's
He's gonna combine them. He's subdividing. Right. And then create three, yeah.
I'll get this out.
He owns it.
it's totally
My question is, because it's two different, are we going to remove it? Well, not the surveyors. One, because the house is not right now, so it's not very good. You see what I'm saying right now?
Yeah.
Go ahead and put the picture, put the map back up for a second.
Bring the map back up.
So does he want to tear that house down?
We can talk. If he tears that house down, see, those are side yards right there.
Right.
That will now be a backyard going up against a side yard now.
Yeah, when they tore this house down, right here in the corner that we got, when you tore this house down right here, that's gone, those houses were only this far apart.
So, but are we making those, because that's two parcels, so are we
Yeah, this is
making,
185 technically.
Are-
Combine the
This is
parcels.
are you going to combine the
We
parcels?
bought 185.
But are you going to combine them and make them one parcel?
Once we get our variances granted.
Okay.
Whichever build you do.
Which, well, Don Kunkel says you want to have a garage.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but we're trying to weigh
Right.
what's the best investment.
Yeah, so they'll get re-subdivided to,
Right. And I'm like,
whatever the
okay,
housing
We gotta
is.
find out if we can get a variance, because it opens
Right,
what type of plan
right.
we can put on it. And then we know how to divide it, that's all. Not trying to cause anybody trouble, just.
No,
you know.
we just want to understand so we can make a fair
I
decision
understand you.
on this and,
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of the things is, we're being asked to make a variance for plans. And once we make the variance, plans can change, and then it might not even look,
Well, it'll be, I can give you the plan at some point, I mean, it's gonna be one of those plans. And I actually have some plans that might fit within that, if they think that would be a better selling house for that location, but I like that. I mean, 40 foot is, well, 36 foot with a porch is 42 foot. You just don't get much when you put porches, particularly when they stick out in front of the house. Like that plan there, it doesn't stick out in front of the house, it's an integral part of the house. So it's an entirely different plan. I don't know.
but as it is, we need to decide if we're going to approve the 10 in the front, obviously, of course, and then the 16 in the back.
10 is legal, so it's just a 16-foot variance
16
in the back. Go from 20 to 16 is what he's asking at this particular time.
Yeah.
If you want to, I can bring the plan back if you want to put that in the request. I don't have any problem with that.
Excuse me.
I just want to know, how I could potentially proceed.
Okay.
Because we're looking at another lot that's the same thing, it's 66 by 132, that says you're going to put the tax sale, or not the tax sale, but when they're
Yeah.
sale, and it's the
Like
same
sale.
thing. You're going to want to divide it the opposite direction, because 33 foot, I'll buy a 33-foot wide lot, but they're not ideal if you can. do it
Sure.
that way.
I understand that.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
All right.
I just want to make sure I fully understood and had your vision.
I just tired of seeing the town go backwards, and I think this is an opportunity to we've been flipping houses. We had rentals, and we're down to 4 now. We had 13 a year ago, and we've been flipping them, and they sell pretty fast, and it just seems like the market's good right now. So try to improve our town.
Would you like to bring this to a vote?
I make a motion that we bring it to a vote.
I second it. Okay, Haley, roll call?
Okay. Joe Mullenix,
No.
Dave Moon,
No.
Mike Wilson,
No.
Brent Wedding.
No.
Okay, there, any other business? Make a
I
motion,
don't
we
see it.
adjourn?
I second.
All in favor?